Once upon a time, there was a bear, and her name was Ayula, and her deck was called Bear Force 1. But then, one day, along come another bear. His name was Wilson, and his deck was called Bear Force 2. Pew! That's right. Bear Force 2. Wilson, Bear Comrade, in the house. Seems like pretty simple for a specialized card. 2/2 reach trample for 2, ward 2. Specialized for 4, but then it's specialized, of course, so there's a bajillion different ways to Wilson. We've got the subtle Wilson, the ardent Wilson, the majestic Wilson, the urbane Wilson. The important thing is when you use a specialized creature in Historic Brawl, you have to pick a secondary color. So in order to utilize maximum bearage on MTG Arena, we chose the color blue, and that is the advantage we get over the Ayula Bear Force 1 deck. Definitely, if you haven't watched that video, one of my most popular videos of all time, Ayula Bear Force 1 Historic Brawl, check that out. But this is the sequel. This is Harrison Ford coming back to kick people, say, get off my plane again, and that's Wilson here. So let's look at Wilson Subtle Bear. 1, a green, and a blue. We don't actually pay that. We're paying 4, and we're discarding. To get the blue, we'd have to discard an island, or actually, could it be any land that makes blue? Anyways, we can make Wilson the green Wilson or the blue Wilson. Specialized, so complicated. All these Baldur's Gate mechanics. But that makes Wilson 3/3 unblockable, and then can be exiled from the graveyard to give something else unblockable. Not going to really use that per se, probably. And then just look at the green one. There it is. The Majestic Bear Wilson becomes a 5/5 and can exile from the graveyard to give something reach, trample, and ward 2. That is Wilson. Okay. So, this is Bear Tribal. Now, you could build Wilson like, obviously do some kind of Voltron thing, put a bunch of equipment and auras on Wilson. We have a little bit of that in here. But the thing we are doing is Bear Tribal. So, we are going to go for maximum bear. So, let's see, bear. Can we do bear or changeling? Let's separate it out. Yeah. Okay, so we've got Universal Automaton, we've got Ayula, we've got the Bear Cub, we've got the Grizzly Bears, we've got the Guardian Gladewalker, which is a changeling, which is a bear. We got a Masked Vandal, which is a changeling, which is a bear. We got Mother Bear, we got Runeclaw Bear, we got Mistwalker, we got Lucamina Moon Druid, we got Owlbear Shepherd, Realmwalker, Bears of Lityara, Faceless Agent, 4 Bears Blade. Well, it's 4 bears. Lityara Kinseeker, Goreclaw is not a bear. Spirit of the Elder Guard, Striped Bears, Toski, he's a bearer of secrets, so see, he counts. Oyaminartok Polar Werebear, this is another new one here in Baldur's Gate. It's a 4/5 for 4, which is a nice rate, and it has hexproof if it hasn't dealt damage yet, which helps protect it, especially in Removal Tribal, Historic Brawl. And when it deals combat damage to a player, create a food token. But you can sacrifice a food to draft a card from the spellbook, and when you do, you add blue, 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 and you spend it to cast blue creature spells, and we can get stuff like Mystic Skyfish, Moat Piranhas, Riptide Turtle, Spined Megalodon, Ruined Crab, a Stinging Lionfish, Archipelagore, Pouncing Shore Shark, Junkwinder, Sigil Starfish, and Sea Dasher Octopus is the one we really want, probably. Voracious Great Shark or Nadir Kraken are also good, and as a haul, if we got the mana, Pursued Whale. And they also show you a food token. Okay, we got Owlbear and we got Morit of the Frost. Non-bear cards. Let's take a look. So we got stuff like, because we want Wilson to kind of just get through, especially if it's unblockable. We've got some curiosity effects like Curiosity and Curious Obsession, and this one, Sixth Sense, which enchanted creature has whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may draw a card. It's one not everyone knows about. We got Savage Swipe, which works with our bears, and of course has a bear in the picture, as does Blizzard Brawl. We got a few counter spells like wash. You got to have wash away if you're playing a blue deck. That's just mandatory. Spell pierce, reject, disdainful stroke. Security bypass is another curiosity effect. Of course, we're running counter spell. What else we got? We got Tamiyo's Safekeeping as a sort of a backup to the Ward 2. We got the Shadow Spear to remove Hexproof and Indestructible from our opponents. Also great equipment to slap on Wilson. Metallic Mimic did not sort with the bears, but this can also be a bear, and it's going to give our bears +1/+1 as they enter, which is cool. Into the North for ramp. The Tessin Training for Trample, although Wilson already has Trample, so I should probably replace that. Warbriar's Blessing lets Wilson fight. Bar the Gate, another counterspell. Yuan-Ti Scale Shield, this is another one from Baldur's Gate I'm trying out. So, permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible, and then you get to seek a creature card if an opponent has cast a spell with mana value 3 or less this turn. So, can be good just to save a creature from removal, or it can save the whole board, our whole board of bears from a board wipe, which is also why we're running Historic Intervention. And a Johnny there kind of looks like a bear, so you know. We got Cartouche of Strength, which is another fight aura. We got Cultivate. We got the Herald's Horn to help us find more bears and make them cheaper. We got Icon of Ancestry to pump our bears and find them. You know, some classic tribal cards here. Distant Melody. This is another one that's a little fun here. Choose a creature type, draw a card for each permanent you control of that type. So if we can get, like, you know, 3 or 4 bears in play as we cast this, kind of a Magic Christmas land, but you know, the standard Brawl draw cards for green here, Guardian Project and Beast Whisperer also in there. We've got Reflections of Lityara, which we can name Bear for. We got Vanquisher's Banner, which we can name Bear for. And Bolas's Clutches at the top end, just because when you steal people's commanders, they concede. And, you know, if you're playing a Bear Tribal deck, you got to do what you got to do. Okay, so that's the deck. Let's get into the matches. Hey, quick message before we get to the content. Thank you so much to everyone who is already a subscriber. And if you're not a subscriber, leave a comment. Tell me what you would like to see that would make you a subscriber. I don't make any money currently off this channel, so I do it for the feedback. So appreciate all the likes, comments, subscribes, any kind of feedback. Always much appreciated. And with that, let's get to what we're getting to. Look at who's on the splash screen. It's Wilson. Wilson didn't huff a potion, though. That's bad modeling for the children, Wilson. Wilson! If I have time, I'll put in Tom Hanks yelling for his volleyball. I probably won't have time. You guys are lucky I get any videos out at all. It is hard to find the time. Okay, well, we got lands. I'd say this is kind of terrible, but I like the idea of Ayula and Curiosity on Wilson. Question is, do we cast Ayula before we cast Wilson? I think we do. Also playing Arcane Signet on turn 2 is pretty good play. Our opponent's in black, so you know there's just going to be endless removal. Plus they're also Nicol, Bolas. God-Pharoah. Well, let's play Ayula. She probably don't survive, but we'll get some removal out of the old Handaroon. Toski can't be countered. Crush the Weak. Okay. What did I tell you? These mages are so predictable. It's actually good they use that, though, because that kind of gets around the ward. Oh my goodness, they're playing Tasha.
Whatever little quest you're on, don't try anything cheeky now.
Any way to kill Tasha? Guess we'll just go for a big creature.
Keep your distance, mortals.
Cold steel heart. Don't tell my heart, my cold steel heart. It's just like, and Tasha is so good. I've made a video on Tasha. If you're just like, oh wow, Tasha is so good, go watch that video.
You know I'm a brilliant witch,
End the
right?
turn. We'll try to spell pierce whatever they play. They don't have red mana. We at least got that going for us.
Don't come any
Dark
closer.
Ritual. That's spooky. What do they need that much mana for? Okay, well, luckily we still had spell pierce. Nettle Cyst, perfect. Equip Toski. Toski has to attack. Oh, yeah, we gotta attack with both of these guys just to kill Tasha.
You got lucky,
Devastating.
that's all.
That took us like multiple turns and resources to kill that planeswalker. But you know what? Opponent didn't have anything else, so we win. Bear Force 2. That may look like a potion Wilson is holding, but Wilson makes food, remember? Or can, so... Oh no, that's Oya Minolo. Oya Minartok, that's this guy makes the food. We just did the deck tech. That was all leading to a joke about Béarnaise sauce, but ruined it now. Ruined it. Do we make them quake and tremble at a bear cub? Jhoira? These are some busted Commander Arenas. Well, they don't seem to have red mana, at least they haven't played any yet. Oh yeah, so here's another one from Baldur's Gate. Lucamina Moon Druid. 2/2 wild shape, specialized 3, activate if you control 6 or more lands. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, seek a land card with a basic land type. We can do that. Suppose we can attack first. We'll hold or bar the gate to hit the commander. No covered islands. Alright, so they got potential Jhoira next turn. So we do want to hold up enough mana. Counter Jhoira. I think they will play Jhoira next turn. If they don't, we'll be sad we didn't get Oya Minartok. Ether Flux Reservoir. Okay. Well, that's a pretty good card. They don't seem to have been scared of counterspells. Don't have 6 lands yet. We can play a Bear Cub, I guess. This Jhoira player is like, I came to play the best of the best decks here. I didn't come to play against Bear Cub. 2/2 vanilla. Pretty well telegraphing. Cure a Great Glass Spinner, huh? Oh, well, we'll resolve the Etherflux Reservoir. So that's fine. Heart of Kirin. What is that? Take 2. That takes 3 to crew, so they can't crew it yet. Okay. We're getting deep in trouble here. Man tower. Alright, we basically trade any of these for Kira. If they want to, but I don't think they do. And yeah, I guess we'll just end the turn. Hope Jhoira doesn't run too many counter spells. It should be mostly artifacts in the deck. Padim. Artifacts you control have hexproof at the beginning of upkeep. If you control the artifact with the highest mana value, you're tied for the highest mana value. Draw a card. Okay, well they're getting down to 3 cards in hand. Can we just bust out the Padim? Oh yeah, we get to venture. It's been a while since I ventured. Test and training. Play that and draw some cards? Sure. Gonna pop the spell bomb. Got me there. Trophy Mage, okay. I guess they have red mana through Spinning Wheel. Still not playing their commander, which is interesting. We could play a Striped Bears and see what we draw. Just get the Owlbears more power on the board. See how they block here. Trying to save damage. Are we just dead? Are they going to combo off next turn? Find out. Is it Jhoira time? Okay, they got 1 cost reducer. They got 2 cost reducers. Oh, no Ether Flux. And Counterspell is a great draw for us. Name Bear, we're doing it. Distant Melody. They're not going to block any of these because they need their cost reducers. Oh, Heart of Kirin, huh? Yes, I forgot about that. Okay, they're blocking a commander. That's fine. That's fine. Wilson, you done well. Oh wait, we mana to Savage Swipe. Let's fight. Can we fight down Heart of Kirin? Fight down the Jhoira's Familiar. Probably should have done that earlier, but you know. I guess we should have fought down the Foundry Inspector because that can still crew the Heart of Kirin. Whoopsie. Okay. Countering Jhoira. Buying ourselves 1 more turn here. Unfortunately, I don't believe we can deal 5 damage this turn. Okay, they're going to do the Heart of Kieran trick. Let's do that indestructible. And what do we want to do? Down the Striped Bear. Down Wilson, because we could specialize Wilson next turn. So, all right, how many spells can they pop off here? Probably a decent amount. They did draw a land, that's good. Jace Wilder Mysteries, not an artifact, that's good. Is their last card in hand an artifact? I guess Jace can draw a card. Got him! Wilson! Beaten good commander. Where there's a Wilson, there's a way, son. Up against Crisley. We got some Crisley Bears. Aegar the Freezing Flame should be quite difficult, although at least Wilson does have that ward too, which is helpful. We'll take our free mulligan. We do not have our colors. This is better. No reason not to play this tapped. I guess there is a reason to play the Snowlands first, just in case we get the chance to Blizzard Brawl on two. We did draw a Snow Permanent and Blizzard Brawl for our draws. We did not. Cascade is enters tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. Aegar could be coming down next turn. Spell Pierce could be useful. Now they could just have Lightning Bolt and be able to take out Wilson and pay the tax. Oh, just playing Aegar. Okay. Embarrassment of dual lands here. Let's see if they want to trade off commanders. Probably not. As I suspected. Actually, yeah, okay. Worried for a second this could also deal combat damage to players and get the thing. Okay, are they going to pay the 2? Do you pay the 2? Then I will Spell Pierce it. Ha! Oh, the Yuan-Ti Scale Shield is interesting. Also the possibility of just getting Toski down and drawing some cards, which I like. I guess it becomes a problem if they don't attack and they start to block Toski. It looks like they're going to spend their whole turn killing Wilson. Oh, yep, you got Wilson. And they did get to draw a card off that. Fortunate. What do we want to do here? They have blocks. They count as excess damage even if it's indestructible. We could pump up Toski by 1. And green cards in our hand, we'll name green. Oh, right. Tuski's not a bear, though. Yeah, opponent's very smart. Drawing all the cards. Not looking good for Wilson. Vedrick, Astral Archmage. Well, this Toski has not worked out at all for us. If I can draw something. Give me a better bear. Nope. We can do that at least. Back to your hand with ye. They want to waste a damage spell on Tusky here, that's fine. A little bit of a risky block here. I could definitely have something for 1 green that is a pump spell. They get away with it. Vadrick is a fun commander, for sure. Well, I guess we want to play Wilson and specialize him to make him unblockable. Guardian Project. We'll play that and Wilson. We can, but then we can't specialize. I'm kind of in favor of just drawing as many cards as we can here. Thibault's Trickery, okay. Risky. Pays off for them. Okay, well, back to plan A. Play Wilson, play Snow-Covered Island. They only got 2 cards in hand, soon to be 3. Toski has become one of the worst plays I've made in a long time. But we're somehow still in this game. It's crazy. Maybe they're reading all the sides of Wilson. Remember, kids, you gotta right click to get through. They just like remixed the colors on you, so. Funny. Okay, Crisley. What you want, Crisley Adams? Alright, well, we're gonna pause for station identification, I guess. That just means pause. Okay, Crisley timed out so they couldn't block. No, we don't want to play Island. So I was able to hit with Tusky and draw that forest. Yeah, Crisley may have a small child or something that they have to take care of. It's always good to be charitable, especially if they're winning. If they're about to lose and they go away from keyboard, then probably they're salty. But when you're in a good position like Crisley is, got to give people the benefit of the doubt. Stuff comes up while you're playing Magic. It's hard to get away, as I was saying. Anyways, what do people have for breakfast this morning? Leave a comment. Let me know. What's your favorite Shakespeare play? What's your favorite color? Blue. No. Chartreuse. And victory. 3-0 with the Wilson. Booyah. I should stop at 3-0, but we haven't gotten to Specialize Wilson yet, and I would really love to Specialize. Ooh, Gishath. That is a nasty one. We can keep this because we have the Arcane Signet. Gishath, hello. Gwen Magic. Oh, okay, well, then we draw green. So, perfect. I planned that all along. Okay, communing with the dinosaurs. Ooh, is it Dinosaur Tribal? I mean, look at their sleeves, man. This is some commitment. Love. They got Topiary Stomper, which has a dinosaur. What is a dinosaur? I think we're up against Gishath Dinosaur Tribal. Very appropriate for a Tribal Tuesday video. Topiary Stomper. Now this can't attack or block until they get up to 7 life. We've got a little bit of time. We can't double spell with Arcane Signet, so I think I'm just going to play the 4 Bears Blade. Then for 2. Then we could Signet and equip it. Signet, hold up, Bar the Gate. I think we'll probably want to save Bar the Gate for their commander. Uh-oh. Okay, now their commander costs 2 less. So they can definitely cast the commander next turn. So, yeah. Pass that turn. Knight of the Stampede. Very good draw. I'm glad we're finally up against a rather janky tribal deck. Somebody's going to beat us. I'd rather it's them than Jhoira combo. Jhoira Storm combo. Fabled Passage. They're saying, should I play the commander? No, they don't. They don't feel like playing. Okay. I definitely have 7 lands now. I pretty much telegraphed I've got this counterspell. Now I got to play with 3 mana up. This is not the best counterspell. Garruk's Uprising is one you could definitely run in this Wilson deck. Maybe skewer it towards more of the big creatures. Okay. Well, let's just play Otawara. We'll seek a land. Pass the turn. Holding up 3 mana for Gishath. There it is. Gain a life. I think we want to gain a life against this player. Oh, Scry. I don't think we have any other dungeon cards in this whole we don't need a land. Got a land drop already. Shifting Ceratops. Look out. I think we need to make Wilson a 5/5. We could actually... Do we have any creatures in our graveyard? We do not. This Vandal needs a creature card in your graveyard. And of course we draw a land. Get that off the board now that they've drawn a bajillion cards with it. Tax. Okay. We got a blocker and a text-proof. They just play Gishath again. So, Vigilance, Trample, Haste. Oh my goodness, got Haste. Whoever deals combat damage to a player, reveal that many cards from the top of your library, putting n number of dinosaur creature cards from among them onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Masked Vandal. Toast. Let them look at a few less cards. Down to 8. Ruh-roh. Okay. So they whiffed, at least, on that. So we could specialize by losing the owlbear. I don't think that's our best play, though. I think we want the Forebear's Blade on Minartok. Block Gishath. And they're pausing. They got some play here. No attacks. We could have Vigilance attacked there. Monster Manual. Sure. Put that on an adventure. Did they mill any good creatures? Jellies. Huh? Oh, okay. Just a 7/7. So if we block a Gishath, they just play it again. We don't really have much choice, though. Yeah, they're just coming all out here. All right. That's 5 toughness. We would like to get it off the battlefield. We'll give them a dealer's choice of which of our creatures to kill. And green and blue are not known for board wipes. So once you're behind in a game, pretty much over. Okay, they leave Wilson alive. We can at least specialize Wilson before we die. Before we scoop. Look at that. Forebear's Blade automatically equipped to Wilson. Warbriar's Blessing. Huh. I think we want the big Wilson. We have to lose the Warbriar's Blessing. That's okay. And, Icon of Ancestry, why not? Naming Bear. What we really needed was some lifelink. And Wilson's final charge. Wilson's last stand. Kills Godzilla. And then we can concede. So, wow. 75% win rate. Better than I ever expected for Wilson. If you liked this Brawl video, check out a playlist somewhere on this screen of other really fun Brawl videos. Or if you like tribal videos, check out my Tribal Tuesday playlist. Really good stuff that I make for you all to enjoy. Leave comments, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for watching. I've been Manadad. Remember, Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.